see your face. So please make sure you on your video. So at least I can see who you are and how you look like. Okay. So I really appreciate that. Right. Thank you. Okay. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Hi, Doctor. I'm fine, Doctor.
Okay. Hi, Mangga. Are you fine? Are you okay? I pula yang dah jawab fine untuk you. Hazel, okay, Hazel. You look good.
Okay. Yeah.
Iqbal, Shan, how are you? Lama tak jumpa.
Hi, Doctor.
Kita jumpa sekarang online je. Alright. Hi, Farah. Cantik tudung.
Hi, Doctor.
Hi. Hi, Hanifah.
Hi, Doctor.
Hi. Hi, Sabah. How are you?
Hi, Doctor.
Hi, Ichi. Lama tak jumpa Ichi. Kalau tak kita selalu jumpa lambat-lambat kan Ichi?
Ya, Doctor.
Alright. So nice hair. Tengok you punya rambut. So cute. Alright. Hi, Nafal. Hi.
Ya, Dokter.
Hai, Dini. Makin handsome Dini sekarang. Ngeri saya tengok.
Mana ada, Dokter?
Okay, so actually I'm not sure where did I stop last Sunday. So I think we are somewhere, I think the last part is cron by alpha. Is that true?
Yes.
Betul ke?
Betul.
Yes.
Yes, Doctor.
Right. Okay, so let's continue with our next slide. Okay. Right. So after we have discussed this chapter 6, we're going to do some activity where actually I know you already told me that you already know about EndNote. Okay. So you already know also how to do citations. So I'm very, very happy about it. So later, so it's going to be easy. So kita akan buat some activities how to cite from EndNote. Right. So as I said, this chapter is very important because it actually tell us, okay, that research design is very important before we can embark our research or our study. So therefore, it's our responsibility to really well plan what we want to do before we can do our research. So there are 3 types of research designs, okay? I've been telling you this many times already. Okay, so the first one is exploratory, and then we have descriptive, and then we have causal, or also we call it explanatory. Okay, so because I don't really like to use the word explanatory because it's a bit, some students confuse with the first type, which is exploratory. Okay, if you can see on the slide, all right, so we have actually the research design where we have 2 actually main part. Okay, so the first one we call it exploratory. So exploratory, the purpose is just to explore. Okay, to explore and then to discuss the issue. We don't really make any conclusion of on anything. Okay, so but we can divide this one. Okay, so this is the first part, and then we also have conclusive research design. So in this case, where we need to make some conclusion from what we have studied, right? So this conclusive research design is divided into 2. Okay, so our descriptive and also our causal research. Okay, and then for the descriptive, we also have cross-sectional design as longitudinal design. Okay, people, you may not use either, not this one, not even this one. It's okay, right? So, but basically, if we want to do some study, is it we want to do like cross-sectional? I will explain it to you after this. And also longitudinal, where it takes more time, okay? The name is already long, okay? Longitudinal. So it may take years to finish the research, okay? So what is actually exploratory research, okay? So this one is actually, right. So it says we need to use this type, okay, when we have very little data. Okay, so it means that your data is not enough to do to make some conclusion or generalization about something. So then we need to use this type. Okay, so for example, I only have like 10 cases that I want to study. So 10 CEOs, 10 business tycoons, for example. So I only have a little data, but I just want to explain about their life, their business during COVID-19, for example. So that one we can use exploratory research. So we are not going to make any big conclusion from our study, right? So it is adopted based on inductive perspective. So we are going to use inductive approach, okay? So where we have, okay, we start with many theories, and at the end, we just want to make some confirmation. That's all, right? And then the next one, which is a very popular type of research, is called descriptive research. Okay, so it is intended to get information that portrays that the attributes of the theme of interest for the research. Okay, so it is conducted to describe. This is our purpose, to describe the existing and also past research phenomena. So it doesn't matter we want to describe something what's happening now or what has happened in the past. Okay. So this research design is generally organized and particularly intended to quantify the qualities. Okay. So this one is always involved with quantitative research. Okay. And anyway, this one is a quantitative research. Okay. So that's what we want to do. And then for the causal or explanatory research, okay, is actually when you want to determine, you want to study about the relationship of variable A and variable B. For example, is there any relationship between the two? So, or maybe you can have more than two variables. You have X, Y, and Z. Okay, so it's still okay. So the purpose is to check, the relationship. Okay, between two or more than two things. All right. And the researcher and the study. The researcher's integrity is critical in determining the quality of study, particularly in qualitative design. Okay, this one is different. Just now we already talked about quantitative. Now we are talking something about qualitative research. Okay, so because why integrity is so important in qualitative research. Why? Okay, because one of the ways of conducting the qualitative research is by interviewing people. Okay, so when you interview people, so it means that you have direct contact. Okay, and then you also maybe know something about his or her personal life. Okay, so that's the reason as a researcher we need to know our limit, right? So which one we can viral or which one we need to keep to ourselves. Okay, so not everything that that people our interviewee told us that we can actually publish, that we can tell people, tell the public. Okay, so that's why the integrity is very very important. And also it can also it says can be offset by personal bias and inclination, right? So this is what happened, yeah. Sometimes, okay, bila when we talk to people, we at first we thought that we have a very good impression of that people. Okay, so after talking, after 10 minutes, 20 minutes, then we have this kind of feelings. Maksudnya, what I meant, so katakan you feel that this person is not as good as I thought. Okay, so you already change your perception towards that person, and maybe that person also have the same feeling towards you. So that's why we need to curb our negative feelings. Okay, when we do our interview, when we are studying about a people, so we need to avoid personal bias. Right? Faham tak? Sebab benda ni is common. Okay, because we are human. We cannot help ourselves from having negative perception towards people, right? And then the next one, we also need to understand about study setting, contrive and also non-contrive. So what does it mean? So when we see non-contrive setting is the non-lab environment. It's just like us, okay? Social science people, we don't have the lab, any certain lab. So I already told my students in my statistics class that our lab is even bigger than the engineering and also science people. Our lab is the whole community, the whole world. That's our lab, right? So, but we don't control the variable, okay? We don't say, okay, I want to put more ego in these people and I want to decrease, I want to reduce, I want to increase, blah, blah, blah. We cannot do that, okay? We don't have any capability of controlling our variable. So that's what we call it as non-contrive. Whereas for the contrive, okay, setting, usually it involves lab, where the people can manipulate the setting, they can manipulate the variable and so on. So for example, people in science lab, okay, when they do experiment, they can control how much liquid they want to, use in their experiment and so on. So how much temperature they want to use, they can control those variables. So that one we call it as contrive setting. Okay, so what I can say, contrive if you have a certain lab where you can manipulate your variable, and non-contrive is just like us, the social science researchers, right? Okay, research strategies, okay, are commonly used mainly based on their uniqueness and prevalence, okay? These include experiments, survey, research, observation, case study, grounded theory, actual research, and mixed method, right? So, the one in red is actually for qualitative, right? So we have very popular, used by our students, is actually survey research. Okay, so this one is different. That one just now we already talked about research types. Now we are talking about research strategies. What is the strategy technique that we want to use in order to get our information or data? So there are two different things, okay? So how can we do that? We can do survey, okay? We can collect data by using observation, by using case studies. And then this one, grounded theory, actual research is actually for qualitative research. And then if you want to mix, you want to combine some method using, for example, you are doing survey, and then you also want to do interview. Also want to interview people in order to support your findings from your survey. That one we call it as mixed method, right? So mixed method is actually the combination of quanti and quali. Okay, faham ke? Mira, faham ke Mira? Faham tak Mira? Terus senyap je. Okay, so Hani. Hani mana Hani? Saya kat tangan dia Hani. Okay Hani. Faham tak Hani?
Faham Doktor.
Okay, Hani kena faham sebab ada dua jenis yang kita tengah bincang. So one we call it as research types. Okay, yang research type ada tiga. Exploratory, descriptive and also anyone? The last one?
Casual.
Apa tu Farah? Farah pula kau kami tapi tak dengar.
Casual.
Okay. And then, all right, now we are talking about research strategies. What does it mean dengan research strategies, Azhar? Azhar sekarang ni makin comel lah, Azhar. Betul lah. Azhar dah kurus lah, saya dapat pakai slim. Okay, research strategy is how you want to get your data, how you want to collect your information, okay? Alright?
Alright.
Okay. All right. So that's what we call it as a research strategies. Okay, let's look at the experimental research. Okay, experimental research is actually is quite popular, right, among the science people, right? So where they really do experiment in their work. But we as social scientists, we also can do experiment. Okay, how can we do that? Right, remember in statistics, we learn about t-test. Adakah anda semua masih ingat t-test? Anyone? Okay, what is the purpose of doing t-test? Two sample t-test. Anyone still can remember or not? Christopher. Okay, still remember what t-test for? What does it for? Oh, ini semua macam terus tersengih-sengih ya. Bila tanya t-test. Hani. Hani lagi. Okay, tak maulah tanya Hani. Apple. Hi Apple.
Hai Doktor.
Hai. Ingat lagi kak, apakah itu t-test? Okay, kita tanya orang yang dapat A. Hazel.
Hi, Doctor.
Hai. Jangan malukan saya. Okay. Anything that you can remember? Anything from t-test? Anyone? Hazel?
To determine whether there's a difference between the means of two samples.
Yes, thank you, Hazel. At least you can answer me, all right? Right. So the t-test actually is for social science people. We use that one for the purpose of doing experimental research. You know why? Because, okay, remember for the dependent t-test, I hope you still can remember this, all right? So I say that we have pre and post. Okay, so where, okay, we take, for example, people who are not good at IT, so the employer decided to send them to a workshop, attending, like a course, certain course for IT, and then we measure them, their skill in IT before they go to the course, all right? So let's say it's 3-month course, 3 months, all right? And then this one we call it as okay, we call it as intervention. What should I call it? Intervention. Okay, right? So intervention or is also our here, right? And then we test them after they come back from the course, and we will see and we will measure whether their skill in IT is already improved or not. So then we can see this, okay, this intervention or this course is effective or not, right? So that's what the experiment that we always use for business research, okay? So we have like before and after, pre and post situation. So in between, we give them some intervention, or this intervention can be anything. Okay, it can be workshop, it can be course, okay, a short-term course, and so on. Understand? So there's, if you doing that, okay, in your FYP, then it means that you are doing experimental research. Okay. And then the most popular is actually survey. Okay. So when you talk to your seniors, they will say, okay, I do survey. Okay. So most of us doing survey. So it is actually a very good approach. Okay, in a research. You know why? Because it's very easy, especially even during this COVID-19, we still can do a survey. How? By using Google Form, by using online, and so on. So survey can be done, all right, nowadays, all right. So usually we can do face to face, right? So if we can see that people, or we can do it online, right? Or we can also do like, sometimes we don't even meet that person. So we just drop the questionnaire and then we call it as drop and collect, right? So we drop the questionnaire somewhere, and then 2 days after we collect the questionnaire. Okay, for example. So that one also can be done by using survey. Right. So the other one is by using telephone. Okay, when you call people. But nowadays it's actually, I think it's not really effective. Okay. So whenever you call people, people tend to hang up. Whenever you say, "Hi, how are you? Good afternoon. Can you answer my survey? Can I have your, your 10 minutes? Can you spare 10 minutes?" People, okay, never mind, I'm busy. All right, people just hang up. So actually, this one is not an effective way nowadays. All right. So that's what we call it as survey. Right. And then also, the other method, all right, is through observation. So observation is actually very, very useful for clinical people, okay, especially the doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, where they just use video cam, and then they use camera in a certain room, just to observe the behavior of their patients, for example. So that one is very effective if you have that kind of study. Okay, so you need to use observation. Right. And then the next one, popular among the business people, is case study. Right. For your information, case study is very, very popular. Okay, especially in Harvard Business School. Okay, Business Harvard School, they don't really like us. Okay, in our university UTM, we are like catching up with the Western people, the Western universities. So we need to produce, we need to do a lot of research. We need to publish a lot. Okay, we need to publish in art, in journals, in newspaper, magazine, wherever. Okay, in order to increase to improve our rank, our ranking, university ranking in the world. Okay, but Business Harvard School, right? They are different. Instead of doing research and publication, they more focus on case study, right? So they have a lot of case study, and they will ask their students to do, really study on that certain selected cases. Okay, so that's how they manage to actually, what should I say, to train their students to have that kind of industry apa orang cakap, thinking. So that's how Harvard their way, but ours is slightly different. So we need to do more research and publications. Right. So and then we go to grounded theory. Okay, for your information, I'm not really a qualitative researcher. I am a quantitative researcher. So I don't really do much on this qualitative, but I do the mixed method, yes, but not as, a very detailed qualitative research. So I cannot share my experience with you all, just the theory. Okay. So grounded theory is actually what my colleagues when they told me. So grounded theory actually you start with a very let's say one theory. Okay, you have one theory, and then you really study about the theory. Okay, this is what we call it as grounded theory, and then you going to like at the end of the day you're going to produce another theory based on that theory. Okay, so this is what we call it as grounded theory. Okay, next. Actual research. Okay. This one I can tell you because I already involved in actual research. Okay. So actual research is actually is like you need to apply. Okay. You need to apply whatever your research in the real situation, usually in industry or in an organization issues or problems. Okay. So it says that okay the Asian research is like you are doing consultation to that organization or industry. So for example, they are having a problem. For example, I have one student doing actual research now. Okay, she actually is developing a new system for MCMC, right? So and then she wants to whatever they have the MCMC system nowadays is actually is a bit outdated and not user friendly. So what she's doing now, she is improving the system. Okay, so that's why we call it as action research because she's not doing any survey, but she's improving the system. Okay, so even now, HIPS actually make it compulsory for MBA, our MBA students to do actual research so they can apply it, what they learn, what they do in industry base. Okay? Understand? Okay, anybody kalau nak tanya soalan, if you have any question, don't just senyum saja Naufal, tetapi tanyalah soalan. Ryan, how are you Ryan? Okay, sehat ke?
Sehat, dokter.
Okay, alright, great. Okay, so let's see. Siapa lagi ada kat sini? Syafarana. Syafarana, apa khabar? Okay?
Khabar doktor, okey.
Okay, Wenjin. Mana Wenjin? Nampak ni dia. Oh, baru dia muncul. Nampak dahi dia. I just can see your head. Alright, your forehead. Apa khabar? Okay ke, Wenjin?
Okay.
Okay, alright. Alright, so let's continue. So the next one is qualitative data analysis. So remember, qualitative data, okay? So we already taught this one a lot during our statistics class. Qualitative data is something that is numeric, non-numeric, and we cannot count and measure, okay? So that's the reason interview is one of the ways of doing qualitative research. So how you do that? You ambil notes, you jot down notes, and then you took video, audio recordings, and then so at the end you will have this kind of qualitative data and information. So you need to what? To analyze those that you have recorded, that you have text, and then that you have let's say video. All right. Okay. So there are 5 categories of qualitative data analysis. One, we call it as content analysis, narrative analysis, discourse analysis, framework analysis, and the last one is grounded theory, the one that we already talked about it just now, right? So content analysis is actually this refers to the process of categorizing verbal or behavioral data to classify, summarize, and tabulate the data. So people yang involved, okay, in our class assignment that doing policy, those are doing policy. So you are in this category. So what you are doing the content analysis, all right? And then narrative analysis, okay, this involve, okay, like if you have something, like document, you have like macam, like what people already told by generations, for example, experience of people, and then you do analysis on this kind of information, right? And then discourse analysis is actually a method of analysis of naturally occurring talk and all types of written text. Okay, this one also for policy people. So maybe discourse ni macam ada, let's say you take from a seminar, from a discussion debate. Okay, so then you analyze those things, okay, from people what people have discussed and what people have talked about some issues, right? And then the next one is Freeway Analysis. So this one is more advanced, it says, and then it's more like identifying a thematic framework, coding, charting, mapping, and interpretation, right? Thematic ni maksudnya orang qualitative, they are so very close to this thematic term, yeah. Thematic ni where they have a very common term. It's like keywords that they have found after they already, some do some analysis and they found certain keywords. Okay, macam contohnya they have interviewed 10 people and then the 10 people using the same word, the same theme. Maksudnya they are talking about, hardworking. Everybody is talking about hardworking, these 10 people. So one of your teams is actually hardworking, all right? So that one is what we call it as thematic. Okay, and then the last one, grounded theory. I already told you about this one, okay? And then 3 steps of quality data analysis, okay? People, if you are interested to do qualitative data, okay, you can request for qualitative supervisor. Okay, there are many of us, actually about 50% of lecturers in AHIPS actually qualitative researchers. Okay, so what you need to do for qualitative data analysis, you need to develop and apply codes. Okay, and then identify the themes, the one that I just told you just now, patterns and also relationships, and then you need to summarize what have you found, your finding, right? So and then so I'm not going to talk this one in details. Okay, you can read it because most of us actually doing quantitative research. Okay, so you can if you intend to do quantitative research, you can get a very good supervisor in this area, so he or she can tell you more about qualitative research. Okay, this one, mixed methods research. Okay, it becomes so popular nowadays because sometimes, okay, if we just depend on quantitative research, it doesn't give us a very good conclusion. Okay, so that's the reason people use qualitative in order to support what they have found in their quantitative research. Or qualitative people research, they need to do survey in order to support their findings also in their qualitative research. So it can be either way. All right. So next one, unit of analysis. Okay, this one is the important. Okay, so you need to identify what is actually your unit of analysis. Unit, maksudnya unit. Okay, what actually you want, who is going to be your respondent. That's what we call it as unit of analysis. Okay, if you want to actually interview or you want your respondent to be the employees of a certain katakan kilang, okay, kilang or let's say industry, then your unit of analysis will be individual, that every employee, the employee, right? So if you want to, study about the successful of organizations in Malaysia, so your unit of analysis is not the employee, but the organization. Okay? Maksudnya organization to itself. So that one will be your unit of analysis. If you want to study about the tree, okay, in type of trees in Malaysia, so your unit of analysis is a tree. Okay, maksudnya the tree itself is going to be your respondent. Faham tak what does it mean with unit of analysis? Sabah, do you understand?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, so in our case, that's the reason. Okay, macam kita punya class assignment. Okay, so you're going to have like either local people going to be your unit of analysis, the individual itself, the local people, or the, let's say if you want to talk about the employer, okay, so the employer will be your unit of analysis. Or it can be, the foreign workers, okay? So that one will be individual, all right? Understand?
Understand.
Okay, so the next one, remember I say about just now, descriptive statistics, descriptive research, sorry. So it can be either you want to do it cross-sectional or longitudinal studies. Okay, so what does it mean with cross-sectional? Cross-sectional, let's say you have, okay, this one right here, okay? So you have kids who do not wear glasses. So it will be cross, okay, it's going to be like this. Okay, your section is actually H.
Mm.
Okay, so it's going to be here, H, right? So it's going to be cross the age. So from the very young age, 5 years old, 5 years old, and 10 years old. And then from, let's say you have a very, let's say we call this one group 1, group 2, group 3. It represents different ages, all right? So we are going to take some sample from group 1, some sample from group 2, some sample from group 3 to represent for each group. That one we call it as cross-sectional. So for example, I have, okay, UTM. I want to study cross-sectional in UTM. So I use faculty. Okay, we have 7 faculty. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7 faculties. So my section is faculty. So I'm going to cross the faculty, all the faculties in UTM. So I must select some people from this faculty, this faculty, this faculty, and so on. Understand? That's what we call it as cross-sectional. Faham tak? Any question? Shikin? Ada soalan Kin? Shikin Diana.
Tak ada, doktor.
Faham tak?
Faham.
Okay.
Faham.
One is cross-sectional. So it won't take, like years, many years to conduct your study. But the second one, we call it as longitudinal. Longitudinal, it takes this one, it takes a very long time. So for example, you study about these 3 people, the same people, right? But when they are young, middle age,
Oh.
and when they are old, for example. So it may take like 20 years for you to study, okay? In terms, let's say, they have like some psychological problem, okay? So we want to give them some, apa orang kata, bantuan by giving them some, what should I say, medication or whatever, and we will observe whether there's an improvement since they are still young until they are old. Okay, so this one for sure it will take many years. That's why it is called as longitudinal. Okay, Farah faham tak Farah? Jangan tudung je cantik Farah. Tapi kita punya ilmu untuk research method pun kena cantik. Okay, great. Okay. So then in your case, all right, so you are not going to do longitudinal studies. I don't really encourage you for your FYP because you don't have time, right? Okay, so this is what happened when you study for longitudinal. Okay, it includes data gathering and information from the same sample, as I told you, the same people, but it will take many times just to see the change, the improvement of that person. So you just imagine daripada dia baby, kita nak tengok, just imagine from baby until dia dah jadi pakcik, tokcik. Alright, so this one is going to take a very long time. Right, so when it comes to writing for your chapter 3, so you have one section where you need to put your research strategy and also design. Okay, so you already learn what actually research strategy that you can do and also what research design you can apply. So for example, in this case, this research use a quantitative method. When I say quantitative, it can involve either exploratory, descriptive or causal. Okay, so that one, right? So you must understand this is what we call it as quantitative. So it can be exploratory, descriptive or causal, right? So a research can focuses primarily dia akan explain quantitative and then it also say that dia akan ontology objective, okay, position of positivism. Remember I also mentioned this one, positivism when you do quantitative research, and then so because of blah blah blah, right? So that one of the ways. So and then it says that it will use what? Okay, so the approach is actually a descriptive study, right? So quantitative and quantitative and descriptive study. All right. And then this one another example where you, how you can write your research design in your text. Okay, so in this study, relational service design has been used. Okay, so this one is actually like causal. All right, another word for it. Okay, in order to determine the relationship between depression, self-esteem and daily internet use, okay, and social media addiction. So we have like 4 variables and we want to see the relationship. Okay, so this is how you can write your research design. Understand? Okay. Okay, this is your assignment for your next week, where you need to present on Thursday next week. So every single, so all the group, okay, and then you need to keep this one in order to, you already finish your assignment, your first assignment. So this one you will add more later. Okay, so I will let you know when you need to submit your second assignment. Right. So I want you to do this one. Okay, use your creativity. So this is what we call it as onion. Okay, so we have many section here. Okay, all right. So we start, for example, your research paradigm. Okay, remember if you are doing survey, usually quantitative, usually we use positivism. Okay, and then your research approach. Either you use inductive or deductive. For example, your research strategy, is it you are going to use survey, you are going to do observation or whatever, okay? So and then research, then you have this one, your research choice is going to be quantitative, this one, okay, research strategy, okay, and then it's going to be quantitative research, and you going to use cross-sectional. Okay, this analysis part, okay, you have learned in your statistics class, all right? So you can just choose whatever, okay, for a time being. So for example, if you want to use t-test, you want to use ANOVA, correlation, okay, you have many choices. You can use chi-square, it depends on you. All right, this one is only draft, okay? It's not really exactly what you want to do in our assignment, okay? So you can choose any of the statistical tools here, right? And then your sampling strategy, okay? This one you haven't done it, okay? We're going to learn this one later, right? So you can leave this one first, all right? Just put a blank box. No need to fill in this one first, but you already know your unit of analysis, okay? And then, for example, survey, okay? How are you going to use your survey, all right? So, and then sample, this one again. So this one, I don't want you to use Craigie and Morgan, okay? Right. I already told you many times, okay? So, for example, I already show you in statistic class, we have raw software, okay? So, remember that one? So, if you cannot remember, please refer to your statistics books, okay? And then, so this one is too outdated, 1970. We are no more use this Craigie and Morgan. I want to say goodbye to this table. Understand? All right. So you can like predict, okay? As I said, this is only draft for your presentation next week. So you don't really know. I know you don't know how many, how many people actually in the for your study. So you can just predict or estimate how many people. Okay. So for example, you can say your population is about 1,000. Okay. So based on the table, software, for example. Okay. So how many can you get? Right. It's only for our presentation next week. Understand? Any question? Intan. Okay ke Intan? Senyum Intan. Okay tak Intan?
Okay, Doktor.
Okay, faham ke?
Faham.
Okay, Amran mana? Amran, where are you? Wujud ke tak wujud?
Saya ke doktor?
Mana? Saya tak nampak you, Amran. Jangan macam cari wajah you.
Internet slow sikit doktor.
Oh, internet slow. You memanglah you selalu ada je. Okay, Hafizi macam mana? Hafizi okay ke?
Okay doktor.
Hafizi duduk mana? Hafizi orang mana? Okay, tengok tak jawab dah.
Kulai.
Orang Kulai? Okay.
Kulai.
Okay, people, one more thing, alright. So, kita in 2 weeks time, next week and then the other week is going to be term break kan? Betul kan?
Betul.
So what I'm planning to do during our term break, so I might see you macam in group lah. Maksudnya mungkin not everybody can attend, it's okay. So but at least there's some representative from your group where we can decide. I want to really discuss what we need to do for our class assignment. Macam mana kita nak achieve our objective, especially for those yang duduk kat sini, duduk kat mana dan sebagainya, right? So and then for example, hari tu we already talk that maybe we need some of you to do, like survey dekat Kulai ke dekat Pasir Gudang, but how are we going to conduct the study, okay? So this is your first experience, okay, doing the real research, actually involve the real research. So I want to maybe see you personally so we can discuss actually what you need to do, what you can do, right? So maybe kita akan plan macam different days, maybe kita akan jumpa. So how many groups do we have? Berapa semua group kita ada? Anyone? Saya rasa dalam 12. Okay, kita akan based on topic lah. Maksudnya topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4. Saya akan jumpa you all. Okay? So, I mean jumpa face to face. Maybe we can meet somewhere. Kita kena cari tempat lah. Okay?
Boleh doktor.
Sorry?
Boleh saya turun sini.
Siapa tu? Janish? Okay, wah. Awak masih berkabur lagi lah, Janish. Macam mana nak turun JB? Itulah orang Selangor ni degil. Orang dah cakap supaya insaf tak, insaf. Okay, is everybody okay? So nanti kita akan buat plan, alright? Untuk kita jumpa. For Sabah is very simple. I can even see her every day dengan Christopher because they are here. So I don't have any problem at all. Okay? Alright, so kita akan take a break for 5 minutes, okay, before we start with our citation activities using EndNote. Right? So take a break for 5 minutes. Dan meanwhile, saya akan tunjukkan your attendance. Maybe you can start scanning your attendance now. Oi, sabar, tenang. Ini kelas dia 24 orang dah sampai jadi 28 orang dah. Tenang, sabar.
Open mic, Doktor.
Okay, sorry. Uh, okay. So, apa tadi? Sampai lupa dah cakap. Okay, please open the document file that I've shared with you in the WhatsApp group. So we're going to use that one. Right. So, but may I know how far is actually you know about EndNote? So you really know how to do the citation and write the references. You already know, or macam tak sure?
No, doktor.
Ha?
Tak tahu.
Tak tahu Syafa?
Saya tak tahu. Saya tak
Kenapa?
pernah guna. Saya tak pernah guna.
Okay. Siapa yang pernah guna kata kat kelas ulap? Hai, tunggu senyap. Hazel, dia pernah pakai Hazel? Hazel?
Ulap belajar cara citation tapi tak tahu guna EndNote.
Oh, maksudnya dia tak sure lah macam mana
Tak
nak
sure.
guna EndNote. Oh, I see. Cuma mention saja about and about citation, is it? Oh, I see. Tapi you don't really learn how to do EndNote.
Ya, betul.
Okay, right. So, okay. Okay, this is how I hope I can share the okay. I can share my screen. Okay. Right. Right. Okay, this is so can you see my screen? So I have two things on my screen now. One is actually EndNote. The other one is actually our words, our file in words. So our job today is actually to fill in, all right, all this EndNote here, EndNote, like citation here, based on our references here. Okay, so let me show you how actually we can use EndNote. Right. So this is EndNote. Maybe you can listen first and later you can try on your own. So just give me time to explain one. Okay. So now what I want you to do, people, also beside that you need to find this paper. So at least you can later on, okay, you can get the paper and put more information in your EndNote. Okay, for example, okay, this is the first one. We have Gyap Tanki, Gopalan Sasindaran, and Yi. Okay, for example. So we want to put this information in our EndNote. So when you install your EndNote and then you open your EndNote, it will give you this table right here, this window right here. So you have like this one, okay, a document and a plus sign. So you just click that one. So it tells EndNote that you are going to add a new reference. Okay. So is everybody okay? Can you listen to me? Okay tak?
Okey, Doktor.
Okay. Nampak kan? Nampak tak Dini? Oh Dini. Dini dah cabut dah.
Nampak.
Nasib baik wujud lagi Dini. Okay,
Nampak.
alright. So remember, when we want to put the author's name, I already told you when we discuss about citation and also references, it must be the last one, okay? The last name. So for example, I can take this one, Giap, okay? Giap Tanki, right? I just copy paste, okay, for example. So Giap is actually the last name. So you must put what comma, Giap comma and then Tanki, okay, and then the next, okay, the next author, right? Just put this one, okay. So we have Gopalan, comma Sasindran, okay, and then so in our citation letter, it will only come out the last name, which is Gyap Gopalan, all right. And then the next one we have Yi. Okay, I type Yi, comma Yi. Okay, is everybody okay? And then here, okay, siapa, if you have any question, please let me know. Okay, here is 2016. And then the title, so I take the whole title here, right? And then put here, right? And then journal, economist. Okay, I just type economist, right? Economist, sorry. And then the volume number, this is how you read. This is the volume number 4. 1 is the issue, 3 is the page number. All right. So 4, 1, and then 3. Sorry, not part, issue. Issue is 1, and then the page is 3. Okay. So usually we have like the page number is like a few, like this one, for example, we have page 130 until 137, for example. Okay, so we need to fill this one in, and then I want you to actually to find this paper. Okay, for example, because we can put some abstract here and more information here. So when we later, when we want to get this paper, so we know what this paper is all about. Okay, for example, I Google this one. Example. So I just type, okay, this title. Okay. Right. So this is actually the paper, right? So I click this one. So this is the abstract. So what I can do, I can just copy paste this abstract to the information here. Right? So it's better for us to have at least the abstract. And then keywords. If you want to get the keywords, all right? So journal, right? Oh, look, here is actually page 1 to 15. Okay, the page number. This one is much better, right? So page number is supposed to be like this, 1 to 15. Okay, just put the page number like that. Okay, and then this one is year we already get. So all right, so I think that's all we need for time being, for example, right? And then you just okay, once you finish this one, you just close this one. Yeah, I already got this. Okay, close this one, and then just say yes. Okay, so it's already saved in our database. All right, this paper. So once I finish this one, okay, let's say I want to put it here in my text. Okay, so Giap Tan Ki, okay, Giap Tan Ki is number 1. So number 1 is here, for example, right? So I want to put it here, right? So what I need to do, just put this one. It says that, okay, you highlight this one, okay, and then make sure your style that we want is APA6 in here, okay? Okay, people who already left my class, I can see you and I will jot down who you are, okay? Sekejap, saya nak tulis nama orang-orang yang telah meninggalkan kelas. Okay, so next, okay, after this, you just go to this one. You have this insert citation. Can you see this one? Right? Put your cursor first here in your text, and then you just click here. It will automatically put the citation in your text. Senang tak?
Senang, Doktor.
Senang kan? Dia terus kasih the format that we want. Okay? Oops. Right. Kenapa tidak bergerak untuk ni? Okay, that's all. Dan yang paling best, okay, paling best saya nak tunjuk kat you all, benda ni akan berlaku. Dia terus sebenarnya kalau saya tak kasih you ni tadi, the reference ni, dia akan buat secara automatik untuk you ke semua reference yang dah hadir kat sini. Okay, ni saya dah senaraikan, tapi saya tak letak Khalil, Serat dan juga Vargas, okay? I didn't put this one, yeah?
Doctor, can you just say English?
Oh, sorry. Sabar, I'm very, very sorry. Okay. Okay. So this is what happens. So it will automatically give you the references for you to put at the end of your thesis, all right, for your work. So once if you put this one, you insert the citation from your EndNote, so automatically the word also give you this list, the references. So see how wonderful it is in a very good format. This is wrong. Okay, yang the format I give you is actually wrong. This is the correct one. So the page number is 1 to 15 and so on. Do you guys understand? Understand or not? Okay, that's the reason I want you to continue with the next one. Okay, I want you to put all the information from 2 until 8 first in your EndNote, and then only after you have finished all the information, all the references in EndNote, then only you insert the references here. Okay, so I give you time now to do it, because at least I know if you have any problem, so maybe I can answer your question.
Doctor,
Yeah.
Doctor, the start page, we should fill up as well, is it?
Sorry?
Start page.
Okay, one. It depends on this one.
Okay, Doctor.
Okay?
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, people, for the information, you don't have to fill in everything all here. Okay, we just put whatever important to us for our reference. Okay, so you don't have to put all this alternate ISS number. Yeah, it is good. This one also, yes, okay. Because sometimes the problem is we don't get all this information, every single information. We don't have it. So the most important, as I said, the author's name, the year, the title, the journal, volume, and also issue, pages, okay, and also keywords, okay, and then the abstract. And also this one you can put the address of your the website, for example. You also can put it here. So it's very easy for you later for you to go back to that paper. So just in case you need it. Okay, please do it now. Okay, sorry. Before I forget, right. So when you look at this one, okay, for example, right, your reference, you must make sure, yeah, whether it's going to be a journal article or is it a book or what, is it a book, a thesis or whatever, because the format will be different. Okay, so just don't forget to change this one. If you actually put the information of a book, multimedia application, for example, or maybe interview, government document, for example, and then thesis, web page. So it's going to be different format. So EndNote will understand your instruction and it will change it for you. Okay?
Doktor, kenapa merah dekat author?
Sebab tadi kita copy paste je. We don't type.
So, so kena type balik lah.
Tak, okay je. Nanti dia akan read, dia akan jadi hitam.
Okay.
Never mind. Yeah, it's okay for you to copy and paste. Later it will change the color. Okay, Boon, where are you, Boon? Bun? Okay.
Okay. I now do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Bun.
Doktor,
Uh-huh.
saya punya dia keluar kelabu je. Saya dah nak masukkan dokumen tak boleh.
Kat mana? Kat mana, Intan?
Endnote saya tu dia kelabu. Macam mana?
Itu kena beli watercolor. Watercolor. Kelabu kat mana? Okey, kat mana tu? Tak faham. Mungkin saya tak mengalami.
Dia tak keluar pun yang template yang macam doktor punya endnote ni.
Dia tak keluar pun yang ni. Macam ni.
Tak keluar pun. Semua tu dia keluar kelabu je.
Intan pakai version berapa tu?
X9. Sama.
X9. Tu okey.
Kena tekan file. And then create new.
Tekan file. Kejap.
Lepas tu save.
Boleh, Intan?
Ada. Saya buka balik.
Okey.
Sebab tadi tutup.
Okay, people, you need to learn this, okay? Because after this, you need to complete your work and your work must have all the citations and also references, okay? Dah berjaya, Intan? Okay. Tak juga.
Doctor?
Yes, Mangga.
For the keywords, right, we must take from the abstract, is it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
doctor, thank you.
after the abstract.
Okay, doctor, thank you.
All right. Yuman, are you here? Yuman? Okay tak? So
lepas tekan reference tu kena buat apa?
sorry?
After the citation format, how to shorten after pressing a reference and
What do you mean? After? Is it in Word? You talking in Word or what?
in Word.
In Word, yeah. Okay.
After pressing the reference, then how to shorten the citation?
What do you mean shorten the citation? Can you give me an example? Or maybe you can share your screen with us? Okay, people, I also want you to aware of the format, okay? So at the end of the sentence, how it will appear, in the middle of a sentence, how it will appear, and so on. Okay? If it doesn't suit the format, then we need to change it manually. So that's the reason I want you to do it first. Okay?
Okay, doctor.
Doctor, do you have to put the volume?
Yes, the volume is very important. Okay, do you know how to get the information? Yes or no?
how to get the volume? Like,
The volume number?
yeah,
Do you know how to get the information?
no, doctor.
Okay, so usually, can you see, for example, can you see the screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, so it says that open access journal and then volume 41. So the volume number is 4.
Yeah.
The issue is number 1.
Okay.
Okay?
And doctor, for the reference,
Yeah.
but this is for citation, right? The volume, and for the reference.
Yeah, both.
The volume.
For the reference, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, because the reference is very important. Okay, we can refer the reference when we want to if we want to look at the details of the citation, right? So the volume number is very important for journal article. Okay, Sabah. Okay, for example, number 5 is it has only volume number but no issue number. So you can skip the issue number, right?
Doktor,
Ya.
doktor nak tanya yang insert citation dia punya icon kat mana?
Insert citation dekat ni yang this one. Nampak tak yang 2 koma?
Nampak tapi saya punya macam tak ada leh.
Tak ada. Okay, so you pergi dekat Word, cuba pergi dekat Word.
Okay.
And then you pergi dekat insert citation. Tekan dulu endnote. Dekat atas ada endnote kan?
Sekejap
Pergi kat Word.
Ada.
Okay, tekan endnote. Nanti dia akan keluar semua endnote punya command. Okay. Lepas tu dekat tepi tu ada insert citation.
Okay, saya cuba
Okay.
Thank you, doktor.
Alright.
Doktor, kalau dia merah tak apa, nanti dia okey
Dia
je.
akan hitam.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi Dennis. Hi guys.
Mana siapa nak tahu dia punya volume lah? Volume dia mana? Ni ke ni? Aku tak boleh buka boy. Kenapa ni? Oh, gini. Try cara pun macam tu juga tadi. Try exit, lepas tu buka balik. Try apa? Keluar, lepas tu buka balik. Macam mana? Okay, after this one. Dia nampak tak?
Nampak.
Tadi aku ingat tu aku yang betul. Aku tak kenapa kan betul. This one. Kena stop kan? Dia bulat ni to be tak kan?
Ya, kena bulat. Klik.
Lepas tu
Tu.
tapi tak boleh insert citation.
Klik yang word. Yang icon word.
Ni. Lepas tu.
Klik number one ya. Number one. Lepas itu.
Dia like kita kena pergi dekat mana dulu baru dia akan automatic Maknanya kita punya yang blinking ni. Yang benda ni kita kena letak dulu kat mana baru dia boleh copy. Dia buat kena.
Okay.
Doctor,
Yeah.
what are the important data that we have to put, like always?
Up there.
Okay. For journal article, we must have the author's name.
Yes,
Okay.
doctor.
Year, the title, journal, volume number, and then the issue and pages.
Yes.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. And then also, if we have the ISSN number and the but that one is not that important as the volume number. Okay. And then also the abstract and also the keywords. That's all you need.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome.
Lepas tu pergi dekat dokumen, korang contoh nak letak kat nombor 5 kan. Padam kat nombor 5 ni, pergi sini terus pergi quote yang ni. Kenapa tak simple quote ni? Okay. Tekan nanti automatically dia akan terus tulis macam ni. Dia akan terus tulis macam ni. Like that. So you tekan. Ambil satu pen.
Oh, paham. Okay, you klik ini, you klik insert citation. The word, you click word and note, in word and note, insert citation, click insert selected citation. Okay. Can you see?
Yes, I can.
Formal bibliography, no.
Aku pergi toilet kejap, aku bagi tahu.
Go to word professor. Then go word professor. Oh. Click this one.
Mat panggil siapa, Mat?
Doktor. Hello, doktor. Doktor, laptop Chicken Diana mati. Ter-off sebab dia on guna laptop Webex. Doktor, saya tak dengar doktor.
Kenapa dia mati? Dia tak makan ubat ke?
Oh, dia belum lihat kot. Cik, tak adalah. Dia just balik. Dia tak sengaja terkeluar dari Webex sebab dia punya laptop tu mati tiba-tiba.
Doctor,
Yeah.
if the keywords are not mentioned, then we have to find out.
Yeah. That's the reason. That's your job. We need to find the paper.
Yes,
Yes. I purposely didn't give you all the information. So because I want you to practice how to find the paper, the actual paper, all right? So we cannot rely on the information we get from people.
Okay.
Okay?
And doctor, if even in the paper the keywords are not given.
So, but usually a very good paper, they must have keywords because keywords is one of the requirements in a paper. So maybe try to get it. Okay, if it's not there, yeah, maybe, but most probably you don't get the actual paper. You get it from the wrong website.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, how is everyone doing? Are you okay or not? Akmal?
Doktor.
Ya. Yamira?
Sekejap nak. Kalau terdelete, saya dah masuk. Sekejap. Kan dah masuk tong sampah kan? Saya nak restore balik macam mana?
Dah masuk tong sampah macam mana tu?
Saya punya reference tadi. Dan saya dah tak termasuk trash kan. Lepas tu saya nak restore balik macam mana?
Nak restore maksudnya you nak pergi ke EndNote tu balik?
Daripada tu sampah tu nak masuk dalam all reference tadi tu.
Macam mana tu? Tak faham sangat ah.
Saya dah terdelete reference saya.
Pergi kat trash tarik masuk reference balik.
Tu ada
Oh, nak tarik.
faham.
Okay, thank you.
Dah IT.
Tu je bagus. Sebab tu saya suka dengan korang ni. Tapi best kan? Okay, nanti saya akan tunjuk kat you all macam mana pula. Okay. I want you to... Ya, Ron.
Kalau ikut dekat surat dan Aishman ni kan, doktor pengurusi JB dan doktor Aizat pengurusi KL kan?
Ya, betul.
Doktor Suresh tak bagi macam tu. Dia kata pengurusi kena seorang sahaja. Maksudnya doktor tidak masuk ke JB.
Okay, boleh.
Okay.
Dan tanya Dr. Suresh, dia tak payah nama dia tak perlu masuk dalam jawatan kuasa.
Jawatan kuasa yang mana?
Semua lah. Nanti dia tak ada, nama dia tak ada.
Yang tak ke?
Semua pelantikan. Cakap dengan dia nanti nama dia tak ada, kesian kat dia. Okay. Mungkin nama dia sebagai penaung ke whatever tu. Alright? Cuba tanya dia. Okay. Terima kasih.
Lagi satu untuk task force penjenamaan semula ni, Dr. Suresh suruh letak Dr. Aizat sebagai pengurusi.
Ya, betul. Boleh, tak kisah.
Okay.
Alright.
Bye.
Okay. Okay, so how do you find this EndNote? It's very easy, right? Very helpful.
Yes, helpful, Doctor.
Okay, so what we are going to do next week, next Thursday again. All right, so I'm going to show you, or maybe you can try on your own. I don't have to show you where you can actually, how we can do, all right, we can set all these. Let's say if we have more than 3 authors, we're going to use et al. Instead of, listing all the names in our citation. So you can do that, okay? I'm sure you are much better than me in terms of this software and IT, right? So you can go to the EndNote and then you just what should I say? You need to rewrite, okay? In this APA style in EndNote, it says that if more than 6 authors, they are going to use et al. But no longer, right? We need to use more than 3. So you need to change the number 6 to 3. Okay? In EndNote. How to do that? I want you to Google and find it out. Okay? How you can change the number of authors to use et al. Right? Okay, any other question before we say goodbye for this week? Anyone? Okay, if not, okay, so don't forget. Yes, siapa yang nak tanya tu? Anyone? Okay. Siapa? Korang ni main-main
Tak ada, doktor. Tak ada.
Alright. So, have a nice weekend. Not for me. I have too many things due, okay? Sunday next week, so I have to finish my work this weekend, right? So, but just enjoy our weekend and enjoy our life, all right? So, I hope to see you again on Sunday next week. So, we're going to talk on chapter 7, right? So, thank you so much, all right? And take care. Okay, bye bye, everyone.
Bye, Dokter. Thank you.
Thank you, Dokter.
Thank you, Dokter.
Bye.
Thank you, Dokter.
Bye bye, Chris. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you, Dokter. Thank you, Dokter.
Okay. Okay.
Bye, Dokter.
Bye bye. Bye bye, Luffy.
Dr. Ati, wait. Dr.
Okay, I'm still here. I'm still here, Luffy.
Dr. Ati, I haven't scanned the attendance, Dr. because my handphone was turned off.
Okay, itu untuk yang mana?
Section 1, Dr.
Session 2.